Their opinion. They're not stating anything that's journalism at all.
And okay, so here's my thing. If you don't what's it called? If you, like we said, you should get your news from outside sources that aren't CNN or Fox. If you don't do that, whether you're Democrat or Republican, if you choose to get your news from Fox, if you choose to get your news from CNN, yes, I believe you should go to the opposite side sometimes and then look what they have to say, because it gives you an open mind in a sense.
Yeah.
You're not just going to be closed-minded, just whether you're Democrat, believe in everything fucking Don Lemon says. And then whether you're Republican, you're not just going to fucking believe everything Sean Hannity says. You're going to have a perspective from the other side.
All right.
To like, it'll open your mind up a little. Than
isn't it weird that like within the last 5-10 years that like these newscaster has such a big voice on Twitter, like their tweet,
not just even
like
on Twitter, just
such like,
I wouldn't even say just on Twitter, they just have a bigger platform than normal in general. And
like people are like tuning in specifically for what this newscaster is talking about, and it's a little fucking weird to me that we kind of hold their. It's kind of like we watch, our team, and then like the guy talking, you're like, yeah, exactly, and then you agree, and then you never even thought about the other team, which is kind of create this whole divide now, which kind of leads to my next question. I know we weren't really going to talk about this, but it's kind of interesting that like, will our country ever have a president that isn't Democratic or Republic? Because I think that's what we need. That's a
good question.
Like that's what we need. I don't think like we had like what 200 years now, or like over like 100 years or something. To kind of see how this system played out of the two-party thing. I don't think that's what the founding fathers wanted in the first place.
No, that's not. I've learned this. I learned this at AP History in high school. I hope the history books didn't lie to me, but specifically, there's some quote somewhere in the history books where George Washington, I think it was, literally said, we should, as a country, we should stay as a single party system because dividing the parties will create division in the country, and look at where we're at right now.
Exactly.
So yes, I do believe that we need to go back to a single party system, but the point that we're at right now, it's not going to be that easy. We have to come to a middle ground for both sides.
Right. So
that's the only way that would work. We have to come to a middle ground for both sides.
The hard part is the middle ground. So it's like, how do you come together? Because we gotten so far to a point where it's like we're on such most people in America, as far as adults, I don't know how kids feel because they're not old enough.
Kids are different. They don't really see the racism and all of this stuff the way that adults see it. They just see their friends.
But as far as the adults who can vote, most people are already in their team. They're already on their little base. You got the base here, you got the base here. Most people already chose their base. And now, how do you get this person from this base to come to here? And how do you get this person from this base to come to here? Instead of just bashing each other. Because that's what the news does. And that's what our politician, and I hate when Trump or Biden, or I hate when they always refer to the other person's name, then go ahead and state the bar, the bash. You know how like when you battle rapping, like here this is my punchline. I hate that. Like, can we just talk about the policies? Can we just talk about the shit that's going on? Could we just talk about the shit that needs to be fixed instead of trying to just
make the other party look bad or whatever?
Exactly. And then what the journalists do is, if you're a Democrat journalist, you would try to dig up any potholes or any dirty laundry that you can find from the Republican, and then vice versa. And then you got this whole fucking thing. Now the whole side, everybody's fucking just pent up with anger, and now there's just I just can't see it. I really wish an independent would come through one of these days and make a change. Like, I would vote for an independent with a heart drop. Like, no
I wish someone,
I mean, they have to be good,
Yes, obviously. And that's why I wish someone like Bernie would run as independent.
But he's not independent.
I